Yes, hello and welcome back, my dear, rare, beautiful butterflies. Welcome back to my channel. I'm back! Woohoo! Yeah, you look absolutely beautiful and fantastic today, by the way. Yeah, I'm back. I haven't been on this channel for a while, It's probably been a year or more, probably. There was just so much to do and I just didn't have the time for YouTube anymore, so I just went like, okay, something has to fold, and sadly it was YouTube. I'm so sorry, guys, but priorities and everything, and sadly work and university and, you know, making money kinda up there to survive, which YouTube is sadly not. So therefore, yeah, I was gone. I'm back now. Apparently I can stay away from YouTube for long. Honestly, it's just too much fun. At this point, honestly, it's probably an obsession. I think it's an obsession, considering how many times I almost quit. And then I was like, okay, but it's just so much fun, and then I came back. Yeah, so I've definitely, can't tell you an exact schedule for my videos now. I'm hoping that I will have the time and the energy to put out 2 videos a week. I will mostly focus on fan edit reactions, and maybe there's gonna be like a movie coming out, a movie reaction coming out, just something that I feel like in the moment, that I feel like watching in a moment. Yeah. That's the plan. But those who've been following me a while know that I'm really terrible at sticking to plans. Especially considering that, you know, I still don't get a lot of free time. But somehow I just can't stay away from you guys and from YouTube. So here I am back. Yeah. Okay, please apologize my English in the first few videos. I haven't been talking this much English lately, so it might be a little bit rusty. I don't know, especially since, I don't know, some of you may know, some of you don't. It's not my mother tongue. I'm in Germany, so kind of my second language, which I was really bad in school at, by the way. It got way better when I went to America for a few months, but anyways, I digress. I don't want to bore you any longer. One quick information. I really hope that my camera isn't going to freeze during the video. If it does, I apologize. You will still have audio, and I will definitely try to fix it as soon as I see it, and of course for the next videos. Sadly, I get a new camera, and it's a new webcam, and it's from eMeet Nova or something like that, and for some reason it keeps freezing when I switch in OBS, when I switch my display, you know, from this mainframe to the one with the video down there and stuff like that, and it keeps freezing, and I just have to switch the camera manually. So that it starts again. I don't know what the problem is. It's a new camera. I honestly don't know. I did everything I said on the internet, which is why you have video now, because before you didn't have video. But the freezing problem, it just won't stop. I don't get it. I also updated OBS. I thought that might solve the problem, but it didn't so far. So I really hope I don't have the same problem while filming. And just when I switch between those, yeah, frames basically, you know what I mean? Yeah. But anyways, I don't want to bore you with that stuff anymore. I'm so sorry. But if anyone has any idea what the problem is, maybe they had the same problem and found a solution or something like that, write it in the comments. Feel free to write it in the comments. I'm not a tech genius. I'm really sorry. I'm not bad at technical stuff. I'm way better than my mom and my grandma. Sometimes even as my brother. But I'm not a tech genius. So yeah. If anyone has any idea what the problem might be and how to fix it, write in the comments. I'm gonna try it. Thank you so much. Okay. Okay, now we're getting to the fan edit. Let's go. So the fan edit is Doctor Who Endings by 11thHour with 303,429 views, and it was posted 7 years ago, so it's been a while. Let's get into it, shall we?
Why did you do that?
I always rip out the last page of a book, and it doesn't have to end. I hate endings.
Oh, I get that. I totally get that. But like, I have this thing with books. Like, for one thing, I always spoil myself the ending. I know some of you will be like, "Oh my god, how can you?" It's just too anxiety-inducing if I can't do that. So I just always spoil myself the ending. I also do it with TV shows, by the way. I just spoil myself so that I can watch it like comfortably. Be like, okay, yeah, they gotta get back together anyway, something like that, you know. So it's not anxiety-inducing. And then of course, I really hate it when books end, but at the same time I want to read the ending. Like, I want to see how the story concludes, but at the same time I don't want to let go of the characters, you know? So I get that, and I kind of don't get that, because I want to see the ending, but I still want to stay with the characters for basically ever. So it's really contradictionary. Yeah, and Anyway, how it ends, it's just not great, you know. Either I'm not gonna end it, and I'm gonna miss the ending, and I'm gonna be like, damn, now it didn't end. But I don't want to watch the ending. But on the other hand, I'm like, and then if I end it, I'm like, oh my god, now I missed the characters. What I'm gonna do? That's, yeah. Okay, keep watching.
Oh, not at all.
What the hell are you doing?
Changing the future.
You just changed the future.
It's called marriage, honey.
It's called marriage.
But I suppose you knew it was time. Time to come to the library. Time could be rewritten. Don't you dare.
Time can be rewritten.
Not those times. Not one line.
Yeah.
Don't you dare.
Oh, that was the whole thing with the Doctor and River was so freaking sad. Like, he was the first time he met her, it was the last time, like the first time he met her, it was the last time she was gonna see him. And every time they met after that was basically, she knew him less than he knew her. Like, he was moving forward, but towards the first meeting for her, and she was moving towards her death in the different directions, you know what I mean? Oh, that was so freaking sad. Like, they met, and she remembered the meeting they're gonna have next from his point of view, and he remembered the meeting they were gonna have next from his point of view. That already happened for him, you know, but didn't happen for her yet. It is just so freaking, it was so sad. It was also, they were really great and everything, but it was just so sad, especially when we meet River the first time. She just, and the Doctor meets her the first time ever, and he doesn't know her, but she's known him forever, and they've been married, and they love each other, and she knows that. And she's gonna die now, and there's this man with her that doesn't know her, even though she's known him forever. It is so freaking, like, do you need it to break my heart, Joe? Do you need it to break my heart like that? It wasn't necessary.
But once you've read it...
No!
When I last stood on this beach on the worst day of my life, what was the last thing you said to me?
Does it need saying?
One adventure I can never have.
You're leaving, aren't you? Why now?
Yeah, it does need saying, okay? Everyone was crying their eyeballs out when you said Rose I, and then it broke off. And you want to say I love you the first time ever, and it broke off, and now you don't want to repeat it? It needed saying, believe me, it needed saying. It was sad. It was sad. But again, in general, like, how he parts from basically all of his people is really sad. So all of his companions, it's always really sad. Like, I mean, he literally dies. So
No.
Because you're still breathing.
Because if I hadn't, I'd have buried you a long time ago.
yeah, that she's dead
Everyone
too.
gets stuck somewhere eventually.
After everything we've been through, Doctor.
Why do you keep coming back for us?
Because you were the first.
The first face this face saw.
She said you were the savior of worlds once.
Just save someone.
Oh, Donna was great.
I was gonna be with you forever, traveling in the TARDIS. The Doctor, Donna. I don't think I could ever forget you.
Please.
Oh yeah, Donna has such a tragic ending too. Like, come on! Like, she has all this knowledge and everything, and she saves him, and then it's because she's not a Time Lord, but she's a human being. All this knowledge and everything is killing her basically. So he has to make her forget all of that. Like, she felt terrible before she met the Doctor. Like, she never felt special, you know. And she was with the Doctor, and she did all those great things, and she felt so fucking great, and she became so great, and she had all those great memories and saving people. And then she had to forget all of that, all of it. She had to forget it to survive. That is so freaking sad. Okay. Doctor Who just has to break my heart over and over and over again all the time. Also, if I don't get something 100% accurate, I'm sorry, I haven't watched Doctor Who for like a while. Cause it's not free nowhere. Like, there are only like a few seasons that are free on, I think, Netflix or Disney Plus or something. But like, it's not from the beginning. And if I can watch it from the beginning, I'm not gonna watch it. Yeah.
Please don't let me go back.
But we had the best of times. The best.
What's the alternative? Me standing over your grave? Over your broken body, over Rory's body.
And the times we had, eh? The Doctor and Amy Pond. Bye, Pond. We're the only two left.
Every star in the universe.
There's no one else.
Well, we're going to see them all.
Regenerate!
Just promise me one thing. Yeah? Just promise you won't get me killed.
Promise you won't get me killed. I'm pretty sure he can't promise that because somehow he gets everyone killed. So it's like they're all going into this open-eyed, and they all know that they're probably gonna die at some point, right? They have to know, considering all the shit that's happening while he's gone. Like, it's really dangerous. And he literally dies several times, but he just regenerates. But they can't, you know. It's so sad, and it's so sad for him too, because he keeps losing those people that are so important to him. And and even if he like wasn't losing them to like, untimely death. He would still be losing them at some point because he is fucking eternal. Like, this dude lives basically forever. He's basically immortal, and they are not. So it is so freaking sad. It just, the entire concept of the show, if you think about it, is like really, really sad.
Goodbye, Doctor.
Goodbye.
No, because she wanted to be with Rory, I think was
Hello, old friend. And here we are. You and me, on the last page. Sometimes I do worry about you, though. And you might be alone.
Don't travel alone.
Travel with me, then.
Don't be alone, Doctor.
Whenever and wherever you want.
You and me, time and space. You watch us run.
You're gonna be alright.
Always, yeah.
You alright?
I'm always alright.
Are you okay?
Of course I'm okay. You?
Of course.
I'm pretty sure he's never really okay.
I'm always alright. I know I won't.
I'm always alright, darling. I'm pretty sure you're never really alright, are you? You're just faking it till you make it. Ugh. So
far.
sad.
I went too far.
Everything's got to end someday. Otherwise, nothing would ever get stopped.
Like, the fact that he's like so, like, in most of his forms, not in all of them, later as the older Doctor, I think he's much more dark a little bit. But like that in all his other forms, like in the 10th and 11th especially, but also before that, he's still so, you know, so happy and so positive all the time. It's basically a fucking miracle, isn't it? Considering all that he's already been through at the beginning of the first season with the 9th Doctor. I haven't seen the movies before that, or was it seasons? I don't know, before that. I have no idea where to watch them, and I haven't seen them, so I'm sorry. But like, he's always so freaking positive and everything, and it's really a miracle. Like, that is fucking, like, it is a talent, right? Sorry, I was looking where my dog is. It is kind of a talent, isn't it? Because he's been through all that shit already at the beginning of the first season with the Ninth Doctor, and he keeps going through shit, and he keeps losing people, and he's still positive most of the time. It's a talent. It's a fucking talent. It's a fucking miracle.
Sad song.
Nothing sad till it's over. Then everything
Is it time?
It's time.
things end. That's all.
But times change,
Is this it?
and so must I.
My death? I could do so much more! So much more!
No.
So this is what I get.
Oh, I think from all the Doctor deaths that I see, like him regenerating, I think that the one of David the one at the 10th, that David Tennant, was just so great. And I heard, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I heard that David Tennant improvised a lot of it because he literally did not want to leave this role, and he was so sad about it, so he improvised like a lot of it. I heard that, and it just came out so well, because it's not only the 10th Doctor not wanting to go and becoming the 11th, it's also David Tennant not wanting to leave that role as the Doctor. It is so great and so fucking sad.
My reward.
It's not fair.
But it's not fair!
You still want me, David?
And above all else,
I could have lost you both.
know that we will love you always.
Everything ends.
Everything ends.
Except you. You don't like endings.
Goodbye, Clara.
You know why we run, Doctor?
I'm running to you and Rory before you fade from me.
That was always sad.
That was okay. Not all stories in the end.
But everything begins again, too. Run!
Hello?
Ah, hello.
You might fancy a trip.
What, into space?
Come with me.
This is the day!
Okay, I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion or not, but I wasn't the biggest fan of Martha. She just, as a character, just didn't capture me as much. I don't know, I just wasn't... Rose also, by the way, I was not the biggest fan of Rose. Like, I loved Donna, I loved Amelia Pond, I loved Clara. I loved them. But for some reason, Rose and Martha just didn't capture me that much. I don't know why that is. It's just... They just didn't. They just didn't. I don't know. I mean, I was still sad by the Rose eyes scene that everyone was crying about, you know? And I was also still sad when Martha left. She did leave, right? She went to that... with Rose's ex. She was in that organization with Rose's ex later on, where we visited her for a second, I think. I was still sad about those things, but they just didn't like capture me much. Like, they're probably way down on my list of favorite companions, like Rose and Martha. So yeah. Sorry, I guess. Unpopular opinion, but it is what it is.
Everything begins!
And that's always happy.
Whole new regeneration cycle. Ooh.
What's your name?
Amelia Pond.
Amelia Pond, like a name in a fairy tale.
If you ever see a little blue box flying up there in the sky, you shout for me, Gramps.
Oh my god, I loved the grandpa so much. The grandpa was so great. I loved him so much. He was great. He was top tier comedy. Okay? And he was really wholesome, and I absolutely loved him. I also loved Rose's ex-boyfriend, Mikey. Something with M was the name, right? I think it was Mike or something like that. I forgot his name, to be honest. I'm not good with names. That doesn't say anything about the characters, by the way. I'm just not good with names. I can forget the name of like one of my favorite characters in a show if I haven't seen it long enough. Yeah, I also loved him. He was really entertaining. I enjoyed him.
You act like such a lonely man. But look at you. You've got the biggest family on Earth. Off we go.
Into time and space.
Those were the days.
That is true, he got a really, really big family, like a found family. Really love that also, I love that trope. But also at the same time you have to consider that all his found family is basically never in one place, or even one place in time. And he basically lost most of them because he can't really revisit them when they know him, because they travel with him through time, and you can't. If I have it right in my mind, you are not supposed to go where you've already been in time, because that's gonna create some type of paradox. So he really can't go revisit them. You know, they are just gone. Sad. So basically, you have a really big family, but like most of your family is kind of dead. You know, so yeah. It sounds kind of lonely. I mean, he always finds new companions, but at the end he always knows that he is at least gonna outlive them with his age, but probably they're gonna die, and one of his adventures are gonna have to go back to their time at some point, and then he's not gonna be able to really visit them again. Okay, when they go back to their time, he probably can later on, but it mostly doesn't happen, you know? So, like, he just creates a new family member, he just gets a new family member, and then that new family member just... He just knows that they're just gonna, you know, kind of die at some point. Like, if they don't really die, they kind of die to him in some way, like Emilia, for example. And, yeah. That he just got heartbreak again, and he's alone again, probably looking the same than he did before, you know. So that's actually really, really sad. So yeah, he's kind of lonely. It is kind of lonely, you know. I mean, he got a really big family, but most of them are like dead or are gonna be dead at some point. I'm doing that because not all of them are dead, but they're dead to him in some way.
Night.
Okay, so I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed it a lot. That was a great video. Also a really, really sad video, which got me really talking about the Doctor just being really lonely, actually. If you think about it, and just having so much, like, sadness in his life, actually. And it's just really, really a miracle that he stays that positive, right? So it was a really kind of sad video. I mean, it's called Ending, so what did I expect, you know? Yeah. Write your thoughts in the comments, and then, yeah, I hope I will see you in my next video again. Until then, bye guys.